Hello again, and this time I'm doing a different project, obviously. Here are my wood slabs I did my outlines for, and yeah, no, this is me using a sharp pointy saw. Basically all I did with this was I cut around as close to the edge as I could, because these things aren't exactly super precise, and the wood that I was using is probably not made for, I don't know, high detail or carving or something. It's just plywood. So it likes to splinter and crack sometimes. And I didn't show like every single bit of this part, partially to keep the video from being like 40 minutes long, and partially because I don't know what I'm doing. And this is me with a power tool. Meow. And I know there's going to be someone who's like, oh, you're doing this wrong, this would be better, or this isn't safe, don't do that. And, you know, that's fine. I very clearly admit that I don't know what I'm doing. I can just safely say this took forever. I was in my garage for like 7 hours to get to this point. And I did do a little bit of work before I took it out to use the power tool. But anyway, yeah, no, like, hours of my life I'll never get back, and yeah. So if there's a better method to do all that with, please let me know. I wouldn't mind making my life easier if I ever do this again. I mean, this is only the, I don't know, fourth time? No, at least third time that I've done this. I just didn't finish the last time I cut out wood. Actually, the last couple of times. I was going to do a big project, but I didn't even get to the very far with that either. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, you can't really tell that I'm coloring the skin throughout most of this process, but I kept it in anyway to say, yes, I definitely colored the skin, like I totally needed proof for that. They're both, it's light on light. It's not going to stand out super well. Like, it kind of stands out down here, but I don't think the face stood out very well, but that's fine. I did most of the painting within, I don't know, a day. Like, I started it, and then I got distracted and unmotivated, and then I saved the rest of the painting till, like, Saturday or something. So most of the painting was done in one day. And I very much got to a point where I stopped being interested in how good it looked and just wanting to get it done. Because I don't even think it's a matter of I did it in a day and I got tired. I think it was just a matter of realizing that I probably wasn't going to make it look anywhere as good as what I would have liked to have made it. But it is what it is. I mean, they're still kind of neat, and there's definitely issues with the bases themselves. Like, on the other one, the face is definitely, like, just the side of the head is definitely wonky. And the arm that comes up, like, underneath the forearm, both of those are very rough, and for the life of me, I couldn't get it to the shape I wanted. And I'd already made enough mistakes in that area that I pretty much decided to leave it as more as a good enough than trying to make it better and risk making it even worse than what it was. So, yeah. Yeah, and you can see I was working on the one in the back. I did go back and forth, like I colored the skin on this one, and then I recorded coloring the skin on the other one, and then I did the hair on this one, and then the hair on the other one. But I don't know, I thought it would feel more cohesive if I put, like, all this one together and then all the next one together, so it wasn't so back and forth. I thought that might be kind of annoying. Also, this was not the outfit to do on a wooden project. I had this idea pop into my head for an outfit for a little while, and I don't think this quite, well, the shirt at least, and I don't think it quite hit what I was aiming for. Like, the idea is there, and I can tell that I made it as close to what was in my head as possible, but I just couldn't seem to quite figure it out in the way I wanted. But then also using wood, that makes it so much harder to get those little details on the arm done. Because, yeah, it was kind of like the ripped up sleeve thing, but more of a strategically placed opening in the arm with some pink underneath. Yeah. Not the smartest choice for this project, but I did it anyway. And I did do the eyes on this one just a little bit different. Lately, what I've been doing is, like, when I go to sketch things, I'll do a little line and then a half circle underneath for the eye, just to get the rough idea of the expression that I want. I had quickly learned that, that doesn't look good when you're trying to do a happy face, but if you're trying to do a Cheyenne face, it works perfectly. And I love it. So, instead of messing with the eyes, I kind of kept it that type of style. And I don't think it turned out that bad. I don't know, I can't tell if it's that bad or if it's any good or if it's just a different thing for me that I'm not used to. Of course, now that I'm looking at it again, I think the one eye is a little far, and I forgot to touch up the black on the other side because it got a little thick. There's usually things that I mean to touch up off camera that I never get around to, and apparently that was one of them. But that's all I gotta say with this. I could keep messing with it, and I did want to push some of the values a little bit. Like, the shirt on this one, I made a little bit lighter than what I did with the clothes on the other one. So this one was a little bit easier to try and add some shadows in, but it wasn't great. I shouldn't even say that it wasn't great. I think, like, the color between the shadow and the shirt looks fine. It's just the piece as a whole, I'm still not that sure of. I like the idea of where the outfit was going. And I think he's got the most variety of outfits of my circus characters right now. Just, I'm not even doing that on purpose. Like, I just keep getting the ideas in, and then I just kind of sketch them down. I should do a rough sketch of his outfits together and leave some space for some new ones that will inevitably pop up. But yeah, that's a project for not right now. Or maybe this week, who knows? And yeah, sometimes I realize that my skin is just easier as a palette. At least in the sense that usually what I end up doing is I'll take my paint and I'll water it down, and then I'll kind of brush most of it off, and then take that little bit of paint and put it on the piece that I'm working on, and that's kind of how I do my shading. There's probably a lot better methods to do this. I just can't seem to figure out what it is. Oh, and there's this signature shiny stuff that he hates that I love. But yeah, last time I tried to look up a tutorial for things, it really only led me to how to blend on a bigger scale, like a background. I'm like, well, that's cool. Does this still work on tiny details? Because I'm not really working that small. Like, how do I blend paint on skin? And maybe someday I'll try and look up tutorials again. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I'm a doofus. No, I'm definitely a doofus. But yeah, that's how I've figured out how to do the blending of the paint. And I don't know, I guess it's not the worst ever, but it can tend to lead to hard, like, very definite spots where it dried and where the paint didn't stay very well. And maybe that's just me needing to put more layers on and have more patience in what I actually have. I mean, the water rings can kind of be helped if I'm paying attention and I take a little bit of water and just rub those out right away. That helps a lot. I just don't know if this is the best technique to do. And I'm running out of things to babble about while the base layer's going down. I think next week's video is gonna be a little more quick and simple, just because there's a project that I want to get done by Saturday, and it involves, someone's face being on it. I'll post pictures on my Discord, but I won't be posting, the final product, because I'll post, the outline, but not the final product, just because I don't want to put someone's face online if they don't want their face online. And I don't really intend on asking, because I don't really intend to post the final online anyway. That was a rant and a half. But, yeah. This one isn't turning out the way I was hoping either, but you gotta quit asking me to paint. I'm gonna blame it on anyone but me, because I don't want to take personal responsibility for the painting decisions I've made in my life. That sounds bad. No, I keep doing it to myself. I keep hating myself at this. And then I keep getting upset because it never turns out good. And for some reason, all my purples are very, very thin compared to my other colors, so I need 12 layers of purple. Actually, I think this one was a little more solid in 2 or 3. But I did, I did the base layer on camera, and then any layers on top of that I did off camera. See, now it all looks more solid. Off camera. It amazes me that when I started cutting the wood, my allergies were actually fine, and I was expecting them to explode. But when I started painting that first one, my eyes got all watery and irritated, and I'm not even sure why. Can't catch a break, man. See, there's a finished product. Don't do the other one in the background. Well, maybe not the finished product, but you know what I mean. They were done at the same pace, and I probably could have cropped this to make it a little more focused on this one, but I don't know, I thought my hand disappearing would be kind of weird if I didn't have the palettes in the frame. And see, it's probably the way the light's hitting it, but it makes the shadows on the shirt look shiny. They were not shiny, they were just wet. With the paint in the water, and yeah, so this is where the shading on dark problem comes in. Because I think I even straight up used black for those shadows, and you can hardly tell they're there. And by that I mean, I at least can see it pretty clearly in one spot. And I wouldn't say that's clearly, but it stands out more than all the other areas that I tried to shade, and I didn't even use a black. I used a really deep, deep purple. It's adjacent to black, but it's not black. Alright, there's his signature shine. I think the eyes turned out better on this one, even if the face overall sucks. Just that spot with the head. It bugs me. But, I don't know. I don't know which one is better. I think the head came out a little big on the second one, but yeah, there's my Cheyenne shelf. I mean, they had to be filmed together, right? What am I gonna do with these? Because they don't fit on the shelf, so, yep. I kind of did that just for the Gamer Bear 76. In my Discord, in the digital section, you'll see a picture that they drew based on what I did last week when I shoved my doll up there and my doll looked cranky. Which is fitting for him. Yeah, I might have lied. I planned this before I finished the other one, so I kind of knew this was coming, but I was kind of thinking about gluing these down to the side. I haven't yet, but that was a thought. Let me know what you guys think, if it looks better with or without. I'm kind of tempted to still add them in. But anyway, Yep. And here I've revealed there's paint on the back that I was testing out the color with. But all my info, my Discord, my merch shop is in the description down below, and I hope to see you guys back again next week for whatever I'm doing. Bye-bye!